Hello and welcome to Strictly on the Sofa.
The show where we overanalyse every sequin, every heel turn and every dance disaster, all from the comfort of our living room. This week, Flo's not here because she's in Sri Lanka jet setting, so we have a special guest, which is her sister, B.
Hello!
She's very kindly offered to step in, which is very super helpful. And we have amazing thoughts, I hope, this week. Without Flo, we're losing our mooring. Yeah, I'm saying ridiculous things. But what did you think of this week's show?
Loved it. Blackpool.
I think I prefer this week to Halloween. I don't know. I think my favourite.
It's my second favourite theme.
Yeah. What's your first?
Musicals.
That's in a couple of weeks, or is it next week?
It's the week before the quarterfinals, I think, or is it the quarterfinals?
Yeah, it is. It's a late week, I think.
It's really late for a...
Oh my god! I hope someone does something ridiculous again. I mean, I know I complained about the Ali Ash, Helen George, ridiculous passo at the end of the day, but I hope someone does it. I hate it when they choose Disney films in the musicals week. I know this is a conversation for musicals week, but because it feels like it's cheating. It's movie week, that, isn't it?
Yeah, but I also really hate it when they pick musicals for movie week.
Yeah, so they need to
just
have a bit of purity.
Just stick to the theme.
Exactly, only movie musicals and yeah.
Not even movie musicals, just music from movies.
Yeah, they never do that actually, do they? They hardly ever have
Ashley and Pasha did Time of My Life.
Is Dirty Dancing a musical? It's not.
No, it's not.
No one's singing.
I was just like... No, it's not. It's not a musical. Not. It shouldn't be either.
It shouldn't. No. It shouldn't. Yeah, that is strange, isn't it? But, moving on.
Blackpool.
I think you're right. I think...
Blackpool's always super fun because everyone's
They're so hyped, aren't they? Yeah. And also, I really want to go and stand on that bouncy ballroom. I
want to know how bouncy it is.
Can it be bouncy?
Is it a trampoline?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, Joe was like... Oh, I went on it and it's not as bouncy as I thought it was going to be, so...
Well, it must be all relative because it is just a floor.
Yeah, I mean, I probably compared to the studio floor.
Yeah.
Then it is...
I don't know. I want to know.
But yeah, he said he was underwhelmed by the bounciness.
Can you ever just be whelmed? I think it looks so beautiful. And he was really unlucky, I thought, to get a quick step on Blackpool week.
Oh my goodness.
Because it was just so enormous, so much room to fill. But they all had that, didn't they?
They all had that.
Which probably takes us, if we go up the leaderboard...
Are we going
from the bottom?
Yeah.
Or should we talk about Kate leaving?
Let's talk about Kate leaving, because I'm sad.
Me too.
I'm sad that Kate's leaving. It was her time.
Yes, I agree.
And I don't know if I'm more sad about Ali Ash leaving.
Aren't we all? I love Ali Ash.
I just love Ali Ash.
He's perfect, isn't he?
He is. Cancel every man but Ali Ash.
It's true. He destroyed... I mean, I said a couple of weeks ago that Joe Sugg is the blueprint for modern masculinity. It's not, it's Ali Ash.
Ali Ash.
Did you see what he was doing for Jeanette's birthday? He's just... they were just holding hands in the background of people's Instagram stories, and I was like, this is too much. They weren't even
they're married.
Oh my god. I don't know if I should say this on the podcast. I don't know if it's something I should admit to, but their wedding video is on YouTube.
Is it? Oh my god! Okay, I know what I'm doing tonight.
It's great.
I know what I'm doing tonight.
I would highly recommend. Yeah, so I know what you mean. And I think their partnership was really sweet. They were very charming together.
Yeah, and I like him because, unlike Anton, when he gets a slightly more difficult lady partner, he tries to make them flourish.
Yeah, he does. He
really
and he's
shows
really
them
good,
off,
isn't he? He is a great teacher. Also, he's choreographed.
He's really good. I wasn't 100% with the choreography this week.
Oh, interesting.
I thought it was a little bit basic and it was a little bit sugary.
Yeah, I like
They've already done that.
It was very similar. I felt like it was
very similar to the
to the.
And also there was another week as well that maybe I'm thinking of someone else. But
it was a bit like Vix and Graziano's Quick Step.
Yes.
So it was very pink and very
pink and very
confetti-ish.
So,
I loved it though, to be fair.
As much as I loved her, And I did.
Yeah.
I think it was time.
Yeah, I did. I said to my mum, she always gets a little shout out on it, that I think that I wasn't upset to see her go. I was sorry to see her go.
I knew that I'd be more upset if Graham went.
Yeah, exactly. And I do feel like it was her time. She got to Blackpool, which is amazing in itself.
At that point, you can't be unhappy with how far you've come, can you?
And
she has some really good dances. Her movie week,
I know,
amazing.
We'll always have Jessica Rabbit.
Jessica Rabbit.
When that foot came out of the curtain, she was amazing in that.
Exactly,
and that was her foxtrot. But yeah,
and Aliash will still be there. So.
Yeah, exactly. So we've got the best of both worlds, and we'll always have his Halloween dance where he's like the king of the table and stuff. Very good. Yeah, she went out on a high as well. Like I hate it when they go out on a dance where they went wrong or where it just wasn't their week. Like, oh my god, every time I look at who's left and I see Vic there, I'm like, as if. But also, can we just say about Graziano's performance in the results show? He can dance, that boy.
He can dance.
I will not hear another word against him.
I really like him. It's just a shame that Shirley doesn't.
Yeah.
Shirley did not. I'm sorry. Shirley did not. That is an again if ever I've seen one.
It's true. She also has an again against Faye at the moment. Or Giovanni. It's an Italian thing. Like, honestly.
What are we insinuating?
Oh my god. There was a point when we first started that I came to see Flo to record the second podcast of it, and I was like, everyone being against Graziano is racism. And I had to be like,
no, it isn't.
It's not.
Okay, so moving on. Graham?
Yes. Because Graham was in the dance-off. I didn't want to see him in the dance-off against her either.
I really liked it.
I
thought that he was very fairly judged as well, actually. I think 32 is quite... I think 7 maybe is a bit harsh.
Yes, I think I would have liked him seeing it at 33. I know that's really pernickety, but I think... And also, I think I maybe would think it was more reasonable if it wasn't for what Craig said. When he was like, he was really childlike. I was like, no, it wasn't.
It wasn't. It was a theatre dance.
Yeah, it was.
That could have easily been on the stage.
It didn't really have a story to it. It wasn't his fault that it didn't have it.
No. Also, his childlike dancing, it wasn't Graham's fault.
No.
He just does what the choreographers... And in this case, it wasn't Oti's fault either.
No.
Because she didn't choreograph that.
No. And it was I think it did what it was meant to do, which is meant to be... I think it was meant to be Dick Van Dyke.
Yeah. Mary Poppinsy.
Yeah, exactly. So I think he hit the spot. Also, and I think Shirley praised him for this, so I was actually glad that someone did. He hits every single mark that he's told to make. He never missed a beat in that.
No.
Can you imagine Sean Morse doing that? Like, there's no way. And when he was with the other dancers, like, so how do you feel about there being other dancers on the floor? Because it has been controversial on, like, Twitter.
I like it. And I think it makes sense because I assume that ballroom is so much bigger.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like it on TV, but I think if you were there, it would make much more sense.
Mm.
What I get annoyed about a little bit, I wish that the camera just stood still.
Yes.
At the end of the thing, like maybe slightly up a little bit so you can see everything. But I don't want to zoom into his face.
No.
And then I can't see what he's doing.
It's made me dizzy in the past sometimes. And it stresses me out when they, like, you're just about to watch their footwork and they zoom past. Also, for some reason this time they did a lot of aerial shots, and I was like, what? They did it with Joe, and I was really annoyed because I had one of my bugbears for Joe's performance this week is that I couldn't really see the footwork because of Diane's dress, and I think it was a beautiful dress, but I think it was a waltz dress, not a quick step dress. And so I couldn't see the footwork anyway. Plus, then for some reason they just went to an aerial shot.
So I
don't know why they did that.
I like the extra dancers. Because also it shows you a bit more what level they're at.
Yeah.
Which is great when it's someone like Ashley.
Yeah.
Not so good when they're not as good. But actually everyone was very good this week.
Yeah, it's true.
There was not someone I didn't like.
I think everyone, like, there's no one out of time or anything like that. No one going disastrously wrong.
No one is
disastrous.
disastrous.
No one looked awful next to the professional dancers. And I think you're right. It never looked busy. So that just goes to show how big that ballroom is. Because I've complained about the busy, like, group dances in the studio sometimes, and it doesn't feel like that. So, I really liked it. I thought they were a bit harsh to him. Well, Craig, everyone else
understood that he was going to be in the dance-off though.
Yeah, why?
I think as soon as Lauren was saved.
Oh yeah.
I was nervous though, actually, for Stacey.
A lot of people were.
I was a bit nervous
A lot of people
for
in my
her.
group chat were like saying that they thought it might be. I wonder why. Why were you worried about
I
it?
think she was undermarked. I don't think it was on the same level as Kate and Graham. At all.
Much better.
Much better. I thought it was a bit messy, but I think she is a bit messy.
Hot mess.
Hot mess. Do you know what I mean? Also,
there wasn't much salsa.
I'm going to put this PSA out. Can someone please tell me where Kevin got that shirt from? Because that whole outfit was phenomenal.
Okay, we'll have to at the costume department and find out. It
Costume
was
department.
great.
It was great. I really liked it.
Both
Very
of them
neat.
did look amazing. Also, I want to learn that whole routine. I believe that's an achievable routine to learn as well.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously it's really hard.
I think she did really well.
She did, and she was completely in time as well.
And she was completely in time.
We should praise Stacey.
And I think that she deserved 8s and 9s.
Yeah.
As opposed to 7s.
I would have said all 8s, if I'm honest.
I thought she was going to get all 8s, or maybe Bruno was going to give her a 9. He really likes her. Shirley really likes Stacey.
She does. She loves her. Also, can we just talk about how great Stacey looked?
Oh my god, why is it not socially acceptable to go out in outfits like that?
I know. I want
to rock up to work like that tomorrow.
I want to do I'm trying not to dye my hair as much, but I really want to dye it that ginger.
Oh,
it's gorgeous.
I'm going for the Stacey. I'm gonna dye my hair that ginger.
You've heard of the Rachel, now get ready for the Stacey.
Literally.
She's a role model.
Brilliant. She's great.
She's amazing. And there was a bit where her hair went all swept over and she looked fit.
And it was all curly.
Oh, a Wonder Woman.
Love her.
Kevin's in love with her.
Oh my goodness.
Did you think
Mum,
go for her art?
It was the first thing that Mum said to me. She was like, do you agree with Florence and Laura? Because I don't at all. And I was like, absolutely. It's going to happen.
She doesn't agree.
No, she doesn't think it's going to happen.
I mean, I think that Stacey's probably very in love with her boyfriend, and so I joke about these things. At the same time, I joke with a half truth in my voice.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, exactly.
I think that they look very cute together.
I think I think that's it. Like in an ideal again, very mean to her boyfriend. But I don't know, they just seem to fit together really sweetly. And if anything, there's a bit of unrequited love there, I reckon. But
is he just like one of those people though?
That is just lovely.
That is just really lovely.
And nice. Probably. But they would just make such a cute couple.
They would.
But, unfortunately they're not fictional characters that I can be like, marry.
Canon.
But if only. I think they've just got chemistry, haven't they?
Yeah, I just think that they get on really well. And it's really nice to see.
It is.
But just because a girl and a boy get on well doesn't mean that they have to be together. Although I
just want Kevin to be happy.
I just want Kevin to be happy.
They're just angels. Also, she calls him Kev, and Kevin's Stace.
Oh.
Sounds like, again, your next door neighbours, doesn't it? Joe and Diane. Ridiculous. I love it. I really liked her salsa. I thought she did a really good job.
I thought she did a really good job. She's very good at the Latin.
My only quibble... Oh, also, I was going to make a filthy joke on Twitter, and I feel like I can say it here, so I just will. But, when she was like, it's because I didn't keep my legs together, I was like, I too would struggle to keep my legs together around Kevin. But I stopped myself from putting that into internet print. And
but now it's just...
out there. Maybe I'll edit it out, we'll see. But what were we saying? Before I rudely interrupted to talk about dirtiness. I think she is good at the Latin. My only quibble is that I don't think there was that much salsa content in it. It was a lot of it was a lot of that song.
Yeah.
I will allow it for her.
Yeah. I just think she just needed to sharpen slightly.
Yeah. And yeah.
She's always further down the leaderboard than I think she's going to be.
Yeah. This week in particular, I thought she was going to be a bit higher up.
That she was just as good as Joe.
Joe was overmarked, wasn't he?
Yes.
I think she was just as good as Joe. But was there as much content in? Is again my question. I don't know. I wish I knew slightly more about the dancing and less about how much I want Kevin and Stacey to be in love. But I think I don't think she was a 7.
I don't think she was 7. I would have given her an 8.5, so we'll round it up to a 9.
If I'm giving Graham 8s, I guess I should give her 9s.
Yeah.
Actually, I agree with that. 9s is great.
I think she was better than Graham.
Yeah, and my only quibble is that there wasn't that much salsa content in it, and that's not her fault, that's Kevin, so we'll forget that. And also, I've always defended Anita Rani when her salsa had no like salsa in it. Like none. Like Gleb, that's what the dance they went out on, and Gleb like got shouted at by Len. I don't know if he got shouted at, but told off because there's no salsa content in it. And I defend that, so I should defend this. Let's just get rid. So if it's only the lines that need sharpening, that's one thing. That's 9. I think 9's.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with you. She didn't deserve to be that low, and it was good, and I like her. I'm starting to really like her as well. Like before, all my worries and
I really like her. She just seems like someone that I want to hang out with.
Yeah. Also, her mum was in the audience, and she's so sweet.
I love it when I love mums.
Faye and I was going to say Faye and Giovanni's mum, not the same
Faye's mum.
person. Faye's mum in the audience.
Oh,
Dad.
Do you know what the worst was? I'm jumping right back here. When talking of mums, when Kate was piping up.
Oh, I know.
I was just like. Was it after her dance?
Yeah, and she was like from one mummy to another to Claudia, like that because Claudia brought up her little girl.
Yeah, and then she was like, "Oh, mummy's coming home soon. Say hi to daddy." And I was like,
"No!" I was really touched by that.
I thought it was so cringy.
Do you know what I did for a second? And then she literally, there was a part of me that was a little bit like, "Oh," and
like you haven't been on the phone to your kid 5 minutes before,
but. Then when she said,
I'm not a mother, so I don't know.
You've never had a child.
I've never had a child, so I don't know.
When she said to Claudia, like, thank you from one mummy to another, that really, like, touched me. I was like, oh, that's quite sweet.
Yeah, but I really hate, like, saccharine sweet things, and that was a little bit...
She was dressed all in pink and it was lovely. No, I'm here for it. And also, Kate can do what she likes.
We love Kate.
Kate has a free pass for...
life
for being a bit saccharine if she wants to. Also, like, as a little girl, I think I just watched their Insta last week when I thought Kate might have gone, and she missed the dance off completely, and that she was taking her little girl to her birthday party, and I think just the cuteness of that / the relief for getting through. I'm like, Kate, do what you like. But interesting that you thought it was cringy. And I was just about to be like, I cried!
Sorry.
I know, rude. So should we move on to Joe and say why we thought he was overmarked? I mean,
I struggle when the judges vote and it's more than 2 points apart.
I mean,
or it's 2 points or more.
Yeah.
Very rarely. But how can Craig think it's an 8 but Shirley think it's a 10?
I know. I agree.
Bruno,
he's just a madman.
He's just a madman, and he would have given them all 10s if he could do. Darcy, I think she got on the 10 hype a little bit.
Yeah.
Although she only gave 2 10s.
Yeah. Weird that she gave Joe a 10 and not Faye.
I thought Faye's was much better than Joe's.
My only thing would... I mean, we'll get to Faye, but I
just think it wasn't quite there. I don't think it was an 8. I think it was a 9.
I think it was an 8.5, if I'm on it.
I think I'd have given it a 9 because there was just something missing, and I'm not quite sure what it was. I think that he just doesn't keep it together as much.
No.
He looks like he's trying. That's my thing with Joe. Do you like Joe Sugg though?
Yeah.
Shout out to Joe Sugg.
Followers.
I hung out with you once in 2011.
Oh, that's name dropping.
Oh yeah. Before he was famous.
I'm so jealous. Was he nice?
He's lovely.
Aww.
He's really I've not seen him in 11 since 2011. In 11 years, no. Since 2011. So 7 years. 6-7 years. He was really lovely. He was a really nice guy.
I believe that. He seems like a nice guy.
Tiny. He's like...
Tiny height? Tiny skin.
I'll reference... No one else will understand this, but he would be... I'd say he's the same height and size as Peggy.
Oh! So that's Flo's other sister.
Other sister. Our other sister.
The other one. Sorry, Peggy.
She's not listening to this. It's okay. Yeah, so I'd say he's probably that height and he's just as slim.
Oh, interesting.
She's a small girl.
That
she's not
quite small.
She's not.
Yeah. She's an Amazonian woman. Oh my god, that is quite.
Yeah,
small.
like he's
That's slight.
Small. He's a slight man.
Slight fellow. I thought he did really well in the Quick Step. And I think you're like I really do love that he's trying. He won't he's not leaving any room for anyone to say.
He's the one that I would say is the least qualified to dance. Do you know at the beginning of this?
Yeah, it just sounded like, you know.
He needs a license and he can't. I suggest that he's the least, because obviously like half of them have gone to like stage school.
He's not got a BTEC in rhythm.
Like even Lauren is used to working and like pushing herself these hours, and Graham at this as well. Whereas he's become famous from his literally sitting on his bed.
Thatching roofs.
Yeah,
that's true.
That's pretty cool in its own right.
I mean, it is like that.
But like
my roof,
you know, he's not. He's probably had some media training.
Yeah,
with his.
Oh, I would hope. Yeah,
I'd assume so. I think that's kind of goes now in that industry.
I think.
But like you know, he's just sat in his room for 6 years. Making that's all he's done. He's never left. Like comes out like
oh, Jolene, I wish we were a vlog right now, just so you could all see Beat's movements like a little hermit crab. Yeah,
he is.
Bless his little heart.
But I really like him, and I'm gonna say it now, and it's gonna go out there. I can't take it back. Diane's my professional dancer of the year.
Oh!
I know.
Go on, tell me more.
I just love her. I just think she's great. I just love her.
She's great.
I think she's great. I think she's got such a great sense of humour.
Yeah. And
she looks like she's having fun.
Her
hair is brilliant. And she's really good at dancing. And she's really good at teaching.
You could say she's the most qualified to dance.
I don't know. I don't know what her stats are. She may be.
I'm sure she is very... Well, she obviously is very qualified. She's on Strictly.
Like, rumours on the internet is that they're...
Strictly curse, if you want.
Well,
it's not really a curse,
not
is it?
Really a curse. There was like a screenshot I saw on Twitter, and it was like, Diane calls Joe boyfriend in vlog, because she's in all of his vlogs. I don't know if you...
But like they're hanging out together every day. I haven't watched any yet, but like not because I don't want to.
It's quite cool. They go. I've not really watched them, but they flash up because
you're watching the videos of like Daddy Mac on like doing his salsa again.
And they they go back and they watch their thing and they react to it and and she tells them like where she went wrong.
That's really good. I want to watch that.
Yeah, and then I think they do like one day in training as well. I think because he vlogs his life. That's what he does.
Oh my god, I love vloggers, you know. Like,
I want them to stop calling him a prankster. Apart from that,
it's so
just
lame, isn't it?
Class clown, it's so secondary school.
Yeah, the word prank really angers me. I feel like the word prank just didn't become like really used until I was about 14. That's not true, but like it always felt like all of a sudden everyone started saying the word prank.
Everyone
like an American word.
And then everyone stopped using it after like 16.
Yeah,
it's not been a thing since.
And also like exactly.
Also it stops being a prank. Also, when you call it a prank.
The only prank we've actually seen him do is that stupid box prank, which was like the least funny thing I've ever seen. Also on Instagram, I don't know if it was on the VT. I think it was just on Instagram. He did a thing where he hid behind the Christmas tree that was in their dance studio, and instead of like jumping out at Diane, he just like stared at her through the branches of the tree. I was like, lol, what a prank. Like, you're right.
I'm like, Joe, come on, you can do more. Hopefully this will kind of propel him into stop
I really hope
pranking, because he's a 27-year-old man.
I know, every time I think about it, my boyfriend.
And he pranks for a living.
Yeah, and not very well.
Not very well. They're all awful, but they are also aimed at like 14-year-old girls.
I just, he's got enough personality. He doesn't need to prank, is what I'm saying.
Yeah,
I think he's nice. I love him. Like, blueprint for modern masculinity.
Yeah, I really like him. I wouldn't
want to take a prankster home to my mum. But
I'm glad that they've stopped the whole thing that I was worried they were going to continue throughout the entire series of him like, I'm a vlogger.
Oh,
this is what a vlogger is. Have you heard of a mobile phone? This is an emoji.
Like all those themed. Yeah.
And then
they've done it a bit the other way, like making him out to be young and giving him like Mbop to samba to and stuff.
Mbop and
High School Musical.
But I can't believe that they used that one for High School Musical, and they could have done so many more.
I mean,
High School Musical 3.
Can I have that dance? Can we have that dance?
Can I have this dance? Waltz.
I mean, that's got
Perfection.
Oh, I sometimes
Scream.
Do it around the office. I know. Oh, the boys are back. I mean, Diane's in it, but like it's fine.
Yeah, like they've got a plethora of great songs to pick from.
They really have.
When it comes to High School Musical, and they just Breaking Free. No,
it's not even the one sung by Zac Efron. I mean, I know it wouldn't be sung by Zac Efron, but anyway, it'd be sung by Tommy Blaze. But yeah,
shout out to Tommy.
We love Tommy. Although he was looking very low key this week.
Dave Arch was in a t-shirt.
I know.
Mum was like. Mum
also
gets a shout out every week, Mum.
Oh,
normally
good. What she deserves. She does love Ali Ash.
She does love Ali Ash.
Really
lovely Ali Ash, as he is known in our house.
Oh, but he is lovely.
He is lovely.
He deserves to be like. They need to. I'm gonna change his name on his behalf to lovely Ali Ash.
I don't know. Oh yeah, Mum was like, "Why is Dave in a white t-shirt?" And I was like,
"It was a bit." And I'm glad someone else commented on that. I thought I was just being fussy, but I was like, it's Blackpool. Pull your finger out.
He's probably late.
Oh. The tram's not working. Just making up a narrative. the Adventures of Dave Arch. Yeah, I thought Joe was overmarked because I was like, how has that got 3 10s? And I do not feel... I was literally...
I was
just
not
be whelmed?
screaming.
If you can just be whelmed, I
was
whelmed.
I was whelmed.
I was like, great. But I wasn't like, and Quickstep's one of my favourite
dances. I love
when
a Quickstep is good. A Quickstep is amazing.
Like so the reason I want Faye to win this year, guys, that's my official party line, is because when I think of all my favourite dances this series, it's been hers, and her Quickstep in Movie Week is one of the best things I've ever seen.
I was screaming.
I watched it again to be like, how do I feel about the Quickstep? And literally,
we watched it because that was the weekend that I was staying at Flo's.
Excellent. See, they are good
We watched
sisters.
it, and then we watched it again, and then we woke up the next morning and watched it again.
I mean, it's that good, isn't it?
Yeah.
To be honest, I was sold before they even started dancing, and he was like, Faye! But, like, at the same time, the best thing I've ever seen.
Yeah.
I loved it.
So, like, I wasn't screaming.
No.
And that's what I want from a 10, and I was screaming at Ashley and I was screaming at Faye.
I could not work out why I was overwhelmed.
I'm not technical, so maybe
my theory,
Shirley and Bruno saw something that I didn't.
My theory is that it's like not. The costume department obviously do an amazing job, and it's not a criticism of them. And the feathered dress looked beautiful. I just don't think it's a Quickstep dress because it moves quite slowly.
Yeah.
So I don't... And also, Shirley did say the song itself was quite slow for a Quickstep. So I think
What were they dancing to? I don't know.
I don't know, but it was quite... It wasn't as fast as some of them have been. And which is a vague term, but it is. And so the feathers were quite like... And I just think that they sort of... You couldn't see that what he was doing in sync with her, which is the most exciting part of a Quickstep, when they do the stuff that's in sync.
But I think it was probably very technical.
Yeah,
and I think
it
just
probably
missed
was
that.
brilliant, but it just didn't translate very well, did it?
And again, the camera moved too much.
Aerial? Why? Why the aerial shot?
Just have it at the end of the ballroom.
Yeah.
And maybe another one so we can see what the judges are seeing.
Yeah. I do like it when they sometimes go around the pivot. So when I complain about them making me dizzy, but not very often. But
I do quite like seeing the judges in the background.
Oh my god,
they're hilarious.
Bruno is always swinging himself around. Shirley started swinging herself around. To be fair, she is a swinger. I do like Shirley. You know.
That's not canon.
I mean, not that sort of swinger. Just.
She loves a swing.
She's a good girl. We haven't really talked about Lauren. Should we go back to Lauren before we do the top 3?
Yes.
I thought she was going to be in the dance off. She is I think the first person to fully get rid of the curse of being in the bottom and leaving, because Danny John Jules was in the bottom before, like the week before he left, but he went wrong, so it doesn't really count. Like, people will vote for someone who, and whereas last week he was in the bottom having done a really good dance, he just happened to be the lowest marked and he left. Controversial. Whereas so Lauren, I
just don't know who's voting for her.
I know what you mean.
I'm sure that she's lovely.
Yeah.
And she seems like such a sweet person.
Yeah.
But there's just something there that she just
doesn't
connect. And I don't think, I'm going to call this, I don't think that her and AJ got on particularly well.
Ooh.
I think that they work really well together, but I wouldn't say they were friends. It's not like Stacey and Kev.
No,
it's not like Katya and Sean. They wouldn't go out and have a cheeky snog.
No. They do seem very, like...
They're colleagues. And it's the way that Charles and Karen appeared at the beginning of the series. I think that's shifted now.
Yeah.
And I think that they are actually genuinely friends.
That makes you wonder if it was their friendship's been born in the fires of the dance-off.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
I reckon so.
Being so stressed, but yeah, I know what you mean.
But
There's something not quite there.
I think that I think they're more colleagues, and I think it's because they're both athletes.
AJ will be pleased to hear you call him an athlete.
I
mean, he is. It's a sport.
I think that AJ's the dancer that I would say sees himself as an athlete before a dancer.
I agree. I think I thought they were harsh when they said there was no chemistry between them in the Argentine tango. I thought that wasn't true. I thought she really did bring passion to it. I thought there were moments where she was it wasn't consistent passion maybe, but it was there. It was nowhere near worth a 5.
Oh,
which is
no
what Craig
way.
gave it. And I know what you mean. Like, I don't really take to AJ very much, and I have never felt the need to vote for Lauren, which is not I can understand. So it's not like a Dr. Rand situation where I simply did not understand why people were voting for him.
How he survived.
However, like, I mean, you know, he just didn't speak to me. I'm trying to make him myself not feel nasty by being who was voting for Dr. Rand, because I said it so many times. But
who was?
I think maybe this week people voted for Lauren because she was so undermarked. Like, it is nonsense that she got 25 and Kate got 30. Like, not because Kate wasn't good, but because a 25 is so much below that, and there's no way she was that bad. Yeah. She wasn't a 25. She wasn't a 5.
She was not a 5.
Or a 6.
I would have given it a 7. I think it was on the same level as Kate and Graham, of which I would have given all 3 of them a 7.
I think Graham had the edge, though.
Graham was slightly better. Maybe an 8.
Maybe 8 for Graham.
Yeah.
So in which case,
I just love Graham,
7,
though.
7's for the other... Yeah, I think she was definitely on the level of Kate.
Yeah.
I was sort of too busy tweeting the first time, so I was not watching it entirely. Like, you know, I was dual screening, so I rewatched it tonight before we recorded it, and it was brilliant. It was really, like, I can't believe that the level of... They were just quite harsh, I thought.
I thought they were harsh.
Like, the way they sounded was harsh
thought
as well.
Their comments were fair, if a bit mean. But I think their scores were harsher than their comments.
Yeah. Sometimes they do that, it's odd. Like, they can be like, lovely, 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 and then...
7.
A 5. But exactly, it's bizarre. I think she was really... So I think the fact that she was undermarked maybe meant that lots of voters came out in support of her, because she was undermarked.
She was undermarked.
And I really liked her performance, and I liked her dress.
Yeah.
And her hair, she's great. I do like her, I just... If you'd asked me before they'd all danced, who would I like to go? It would have been Lauren, just because I haven't gelled with her as much as they have Kate.
Yeah.
Like, I love Kate so
I really
much.
love Kate.
So I'm just not... Yeah, I don't know. But I really liked Lauren's waltz the week before, and I really liked her passe the week before that, so...
I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. I just haven't clicked with her. And it's the same with Katie. In the beginning, I just didn't click with her. And she was always... I was very unfazed when she left. Miss Gorka every day. But...
Gorka needs to be in the front of every single shot.
Yeah.
Of everything. Like, why is he not stood next to Claudia?
Get Gorka to present it. Boot off Tess.
Don't you speak a word against Tess. Do you know, I watched a couple of old episodes
Oh my
of Strictly
goodness.
recently. This is a bit of a segue, but tangent was the word I was looking for there. And first of all, Natasha Kaplinski was like, I don't want to wear a short skirt. I'm worried about my hemline. And I was like, so you think that Kate was being saccharine talking about her child? Like, Jesus Christ, at least she wasn't like, this skirt is too short for me to wear in public. On the other hand, maybe I'm being mean, but come on. She was literally having an affair, so. And then, I mean, allegedly.
Again, not canon.
Not canon. I mean, also, it wasn't an affair. I think she was single. I don't know. Also, they said they never did it, so maybe I'll edit this out. But she was talking about this stupid skirt, and Tess was, when they went up to do the bit where Claudia
when
goes,
Tess
and Tess was there,
yeah.
Tess was loads more natural. She's just gone a bit wooden lately.
I think she's tried to take over the comedy from Bruce.
Yeah.
It's not working.
Just let
She's not a
Claudia,
comedian.
No.
Claudia's a comedian.
Yeah.
Claudia's hilarious.
Let Claudia do that nonsense. But I think Tess is lovely. When they show the behind the scenes on It Takes Two, Tess always comes across well. So I love Tess.
I do like Tess.
She
needs
to
get some nicer dresses.
Yeah.
But
if Gorka did the podcast, I'd listen to it.
oh my god,
Gorka, come on our podcast. I love him. And
can you
also,
imagine if Gorka was sat here?
this wouldn't be happening. I wouldn't be able to talk. I mean, also in my bedroom. I'm very high tech. Yeah. Anyway, Charles. What a surprise this was.
This was good.
I thought it was going to take a massive dip this week.
Yeah.
Because he usually does really well in the specialist dances, like the Charleston and his couple's choice. But then whenever he has to do like a routine that has actual steps in it that you need to know, he always takes a bit of a bit of a turn. But when he came out with that shimmy, I completely agreed with Bruno. I wouldn't say indistinguishable, like Bruno said. So maybe I don't completely agree with him, but from the other professionals like Johanna's. But I did think he more than held his own. Like they didn't show him up or anything. I thought he did really good. And then the shimmies and the shakes, the hip action was great.
It was really great.
The only thing I would say is I was so concerned they were going to give him a 40 because I was like, it's not near Danny Mac's samba.
No way.
I was like, only one samba deserves 40, and that is my son.
I think it was on the same level as Joe. For me, I would have given it a 9. I agree with Craig and Darcy.
Yeah, I agree with 9s. Which means but the thing is, I did prefer it to Joe's. Like I voted for Charles because it was possibly my favourite dance of the night.
Wow.
So I did vote for him. So I don't know if I think it was on the same level as Joe's, because Joe's really, I was only whelmed. So whereas I was slightly overwhelmed.
I was slightly overwhelmed by Charles.
We were so overwhelmed. The word has lost all meaning.
It really has. Again, I just don't warm to him.
Yeah. No, I know what you mean.
At least he's stopped with the whole 12-pack, team 12-pack.
It just doesn't
nonsense.
come up like Crosswell, does it?
No.
I don't know, yeah. No, like, I think it's not very relatable.
It's not very relatable. How many of us sitting at home watching Strictly, eating dinner?
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
oh, great, you take pride in your
3 G&T's in, like, who needs a 12-pack?
Can't disrespect me for not having one when, like, me watching Strictly is what, you know, it's a cycle. It just
and then,
work.
yeah.
And then Karen wasn't particularly, like, she was having a bit of an off year, wasn't she?
They've really warmed to me, though. Karen's definitely warmed to me.
Yeah, I agree. I almost cried when she cried again for the 2 10s. I didn't realise she'd never had a 10
No,
before.
I didn't realise that she never had a 10 before. And then it made sense when she was crying. Because I was like, why is she crying? Like,
Calm down. Can you stop policing people's feelings, please? Oh, my
feelings,
God.
please. That's enough feelings for tonight. Thanks.
Oh, woo! That was trying to be a siren. It didn't work.
And then I realised she hadn't had a 10 and I was like, this is really exciting for her. But still, as Diane is my favourite dancer of the year, Karen may be my least favourite. Not including Anton, because I don't...
We do actually disrespect Anton.
We do disrespect Anton.
I also, interestingly, a little insight into the Strictly group chat. Everyone has been saying Stacey Ashley, Faye and Joe for the final, this is the first week where Charles took over Stacey. Not because like they necessarily wanted him to, but they said they don't think Stacey will make it to the final now. But they think Charles might.
I don't think that Stacey's going to make it to the final.
I don't think she is. I think she might leave in the semi-final.
I think she'll get to the semi-final. But the semi-final's only...
a couple of weeks away. No, 4 weeks.
3 weeks away.
It's only 4... No.
4 people in the final.
Oh.
So then that's 5. That's the semi-final. 6 is the quarter-final. So next week's the week before the quarter-final.
Oh my god. It isn't fun. There's only 3 weeks.
There's only 3 weeks till the final.
Oh my goodness. So yeah.
Unless they only have 3 people in the final.
That's why I don't think Kate Silverton can be upset, because I think she's done incredibly well.
She's done so well.
I think they all have, really.
So I'm nervous.
Yeah.
That Stacey, but I think Stacey's going to get the votes.
She is very and also she might have benefited from what Kate benefited from, which is like starting off quite strong. And so like when Kate started off so strong that my loyalty was to her quite early
but Kate plateaued quite early, whereas Stacey is getting better.
But she is slowing.
But she's slowing. I think she's finding her peak.
Yeah.
I think would be great going out on a night out and having a dance, and you'd see her and be like, that girl can dance, like how great that girl is at dancing. Strictly,
she's quite clearly got
rhythm,
and a little bit of a lot of ability. A lot of ability
and clearly no inhibitions.
No. I mean, actually, I think she was a bit nervous this week.
Yeah, I think she was really nervous. And she was first.
And the dress designer in It Takes Two said that she didn't want to have bright colours for a start. And then, and now she's wearing a full red Kylie outfit. She looked amazing. I don't think it's what she's used to. I thought she was a bit... I mean, I think she's throwing herself at it, which I really respect. But I don't think she's got no inhibitions. I think she's just... willing to have no inhibitions for a minute and a half. But I think it's actually a bit of a stretch for her. But I think that she's really... I'm worried that she's, as you say, reaching her peak. So she's just
whereas
got
I think
that
Charles is getting better.
Yeah, he's making bigger strides at the moment, whereas he took a long time to get to this level. I
think that people will vote for Kev though. Because everyone wants Kevin to win.
Yeah, which, can I just say, this really pisses me off, because this is what they did with Leonardo DiCaprio, being like, oh my god, he needs to win, he's been nominated so many times. And yes, he is a brilliant actor and deserves to be nominated and win an Oscar. But he wasn't even the most nominated actor ever to not win. Like, Peter O'Toole was. And also, there's lots of actors who just never win one that still deserve them.
And also, just because he's been nominated doesn't mean he's the best that year.
Let's be honest, The Revenant is not his best performance. The only reason he won is because it was a bit of a shit year. Yeah. And that's how I feel about Kevin. Kevin has done so well at getting people to the final, and that's because he's great and he's a good choreographer and
really good.
But then we needed a crowd pleaser this week more than salsa content.
Yeah, but then if you actually think back, how many of his partners can you name?
Suzanne, let's not do this.
We'll do this when it stops recording.
I just thought, because I don't want to embarrass myself if I can only name 3. But
he's been here for 4 years, 5 years, 5 years,
5, I think. But then, so Giovanni got Georgia May Foote to the final, got Debbie to the final. And I'm trying to think who he had between there. But Giovanni isn't a non-worthy winner, and he's just a good choreographer. And
I don't like Giovanni.
Oh, interesting, because I'm loving him at the moment.
But I love him this year.
Right.
I never liked him. Faye has brought him out of his shell. He is hilarious.
They're so brilliant together. And this takes us quite nicely onto Faye and Giovanni.
Yes.
I had no idea how much I would love him this series.
No.
And it looks like I've been made to, because my friend Senan, who I usually agree with on everything, mostly everything, was like, why don't you fancy Giovanni? And now I look like I've been peer pressured into it. But it's not that at all.
I don't fancy him.
I completely agree. When I see a picture of him, a still image, I'm like,
no,
not today.
But
Katie.
I think he's really...
That's a bit harsh.
Oh my god,
I'm not exactly.
This podcast is going downhill. Florence, when are you back? Flo's going to listen to this in Sri Lanka with Joe and just be like, what are they doing?
We're seriously... Well, Laura is grinding this franchise into is a franchise property into the ground.
I don't fancy Giovanni. He's not on the level.
He's not Aliash.
He's not Aliash.
Or Gorka.
Or Graziano.
Oh, thank you. Flo would have never thrown me that bone.
And I can't even work out if I fancy Graziano.
My dad said he looked like Paddy McGuinness. And it's true.
My dad just thinks he looks greasy. You're not racist, Dad.
I'm leaving a gap there. We'll edit that out. No, he really does need to sort his hair out.
I don't
care for it.
He's 100% my type on paper. Throwing a little Love Island
whip
in there.
100%.
But I don't know if I fancy him. But Giovanni's still below that. I just hit myself in the face.
Such is the love for Giovanni today.
Such is the love for Giovanni.
Can't stop hating ourselves. No, I know what you mean. Like, I don't.
But I think he's great. I think he'd be really
not
fun.
What I meant. It's just one of those phrases that comes off the tongue sometimes. I just think, yeah, he is really fun. And my mum said never marry a man for his looks. You know, like I think he is fit. He's just not necessarily my type.
Say that?
Yeah, I don't know what that says about my dad. Well, you know, looks don't last is what she said. But again, this is not reflecting well on Dad, is it? But generally, I think that
someone I'd like to go for a drink with and hang out with.
Lovely.
Be a platonic.
Thank you.
A platonic friend. Emotional male friendship.
He's a very...
Although I'm not male. But
he's a very good teacher as well, which I really like about him.
And I think he's been lucky, because Debbie was great. Georgia was great.
But also that's such a...
And the person that he had in between, and I can see it in my face. I can see it in my face. I can see it in my what's the word? Head, brain, mind. Who it is?
I think he's but he's had quite a spectrum of people as well. You know, like Debbie was the oldest last year.
Yeah.
Not that discounts her in any way or like makes much difference, but. Is that I think he's really nice, and I think he's very patient, and I think he's a good teacher and a brilliant choreographer.
Laura Whitmore.
Oh, of course. So he did quite well with her as well. I mean, they didn't get to the final, but they I think he's lovely. I think he's really funny as well.
Oh, I think he's really funny.
You could laugh me into bed. That's what. Sorry, this is disgusting. I'm so sorry. Flo, please come back. For some reason, B just lets me be me, and that's terrible. I mean, not that you don't.
Sorry.
No, I didn't mean it.
Fine.
Stay.
I'll
Come back
go.
next week.
I will.
Come back every week. Bye, Flo. First of all, I'm like, Flo, you're not letting me be me. No, we might edit this.
Flourish.
But yeah, I do love... But speaking of his choreography, I think I am definitely going to edit a lot of that out. I loved this passo. I thought it was insane. I
loved this passo. I think that she's just getting better and better and better. I think she's opening up a lot more. She surprised me from week one. Mm-hmm. She really did. But I think she's just getting great. I think she should have got 39.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't think it was quite 40 because I don't think it was quite as good as Ashley.
She was a little bit soft on the lines, wasn't she? A little bit like soft towards the edges. Doing the lines, I guess.
But 39, I think she was better than Charles and Joe.
Yeah, no, she was. She was much better than Joe.
Much better than Joe.
She was brilliant. And I you know what? I watched it because I said, as I said earlier, I rewatched some of the dances before we recorded. And I rewatched Faye's. And when she did that flip, I had the same reaction I had the first... But like on Saturday night, it was effing hell. Like really loudly. And on Saturday night, I had the house I thought I had the house to myself, so I was literally like, ah! Every time something good was happening. And Faye, I was screaming. It was amazing.
I loved it. I love Faye.
I love her. And also, she genuinely does seem humble. Like,
yeah. When the final hits, if Stacey's not there, I think I want Faye to win.
Yeah. Would you like Stacey to win otherwise?
Yeah, I want Stacey to win, but I really like her. I wanted her to win when she started.
Yeah, because she's great. Do you watch her documentaries?
Yes,
See, I love them. So I think that's the thing. I need to watch them.
Love them.
I do really, really like Stacey.
Also, that links up well to her not wanting to wear bright colours, because she never wears bright colours. She's a dark neutrals person.
Interesting. Yeah.
But Faye is my second place.
I'm now off the Stacey Agin train.
That's good.
Like to know. So I really do. I really liked her this week, and I would like. And when people said they didn't think she'd make it into the final, I sort of do want her to be there.
I want her to be there, but then I look at this board and I'm like, who wouldn't?
Yeah. And the thing is, Charles deserves the place if he carries on like the way he played.
Yeah, and I don't think that she's better than Joe.
No. And realistically, is Joe...
And I don't think that... I think Joe is a shoo-in for the final, because I think he's got people voting for him.
And the other thing is, but I always want to quantify or justify this when we say this about Joe, because I don't think, like... I agree. I think
but I also think I probably overestimate how many of his fans, one, are in the UK and can vote, because Ireland can't vote.
Oh, of course.
So the rest of the world can't if they're watching it.
And the inclination to do it as well is quite...
Also, what 14-year-old wants to sit down, watch Strictly?
Yeah, they'll watch the video, won't 14.
They? His videos, the YouTube videos that Strictly put up, he's got like a good million views more than everyone else.
Yeah, but that doesn't necessarily mean that people are watching it live. And there's only a half an hour window, isn't there? So it's quite small. And also, I don't know if you took away all of his followers, I think I would still vote for him.
Yeah, I think I would.
So I really like him. I think that's the good thing about him. He's not leaving any doubt to the fact that he's trying and that he is quite good.
Yeah.
Like, so it's, if he does win, no one's going to be like, oh, well, he only won because of that. Because he's really trying his hardest. So I don't think I could resent him for that.
No, I think he's really good.
I just love Faye so much. I think she's lovely. Her and Giovanni are perfect together. Like, the way that... She's quite, like, muted, but she's quickly got a wicked sense of humour. Yeah. And he's, like, loud with a wicked sense of humour. So they go together really well.
I really, like... Giovanni has... I've gone full circle with him.
Me too. I'm really into him now. I really like him.
I just hope that he
stays
like this. Yeah. And I like him next year.
Did you see that the press had done a story about him wiping food off the side of Faye's mouth, and we're like, is the curse of Strictly looming again? And what I really liked about this is that Faye's husband tweeted a picture of himself with like food on his mouth, saying, Giovanni, where are you when I need you? And Giovanni replied being like, I'll be always there to clear you up, mate, but like, don't tell the press, they'll make a story about it. And I was just like, this is the family dynamic I support.
This emotional boy friendships.
Yes, like, exactly, it's lovely.
I love it.
It's lovely. And then next, I think we can go... Sorry, I'm moving away. Just needed to move. Next, let's talk about Ashley.
Oh my god, I was screaming.
I was well.
No. I want to stop the Ashley hate train.
Okay, go on.
Because...
Give me your best argument.
One, I've got points. I've argued this for 6 weeks, 7 weeks, 8 weeks. Anyone who is any kind of performer, an actor, a singer, a dancer, obviously, anyone that's had any kind of stage school experience will have had dance training.
Yeah.
That's a given.
That's true. And if we're going to be against...
That's number one. Number two, if we're going to be against Ashley for these reasons, we need to be against Faye, because... she's had the same experience. A number of years Faye has had. Okay. Pussycat Dolls is probably... We'll go for... They're sexier than Steps were.
There's definitely a lot more dancing than
and there's definitely a lot more dance. But it's the same kind of dance.
I guess.
Also it keeps things interesting. Especially in the beginning. Who wants to watch 12 rubbish celebrities dancing?
It's true.
Also, it's completely different. And this is... I was watching BBC Breakfast this morning.
Ooh.
I got up early to get a train.
Current affairs.
Thank you. I got up early to get a train. That was
Call
it.
yourself Kate Silverton. Also, that is so adult.
I know. And Darcy was on there. And I love Darcy. Shout out to Darcy. Darcy Bustle Fan Club. There probably is one I don't want to join.
God, rude.
And she was talking about, and they brought up Ashley and was like, oh, first 40, but blah, blah, blah. And she was like, oh, well, you know, she was like, when I first started dancing ballroom and Latin, she was like, I was rubbish. She was like, I was really bad. Like, this is Darcy Bustle level of I was bad. You know?
Probably getting 10.
And so she was like, every dance style is completely different. And Debbie McGee said the same thing last year as well. She was like, I've had all of this training all of my life, and now I've got to completely unlearn all of that to learn something completely different. The rhythm, the natural rhythm and openness to be on the stage comes with her job, which the rest of them have. I am a massive Ashley fan. Don't think she should win, because I'm keen for people who are not so great at the beginning and get really good to win. But I think she's really fun. And I think her dance was amazing. And I really like Pasha. I think he's one of the best professional dancers.
He is, actually, isn't he?
He's really good.
Like, he's understated because he doesn't really, like, he seems quite quiet.
Yeah, and then he just starts dancing and it's like legs everywhere.
I think he's one of the best. Also, he's one of the longest serving dancers. Like, he's been on it for years. He's brilliant, actually. I really do like him. He's someone that I didn't think I cared for. It was like the opposite of Giovanni. Like, Giovanni, it's not that I didn't care for him. I was just like, why don't I fancy you? I should.
You tick every box.
Literally. We're good on paper.
And
he just didn't do anything for me, but now he does do something for me. And whereas Pasha, I was just a bit like, you're basic, aren't you? Bless your little heart.
Yeah.
But now I don't see it as him being basic. I think he's just deeply uncomplicated, and I love that about him.
Yeah.
I think he's just a genuinely
and I
sweet
think that they deserve 40.
Man. They did deserve 40. And my quibble, I've said quibble so much.
So much.
It's not even a word, is it? Anyway, well, it is, but it's a nonsense one. But my thing with it is that thing is so much better than quibble. Is I think she deserved 40 last week. So it annoyed me. It felt engineered this week. The jive in Blackpool, first 40. Give the first 40 in Blackpool. It felt like Craig had not been allowed. I'm not one of these tinfoil hat conspiracists, like Strictly is a fix, because realistically it's not a fix.
I'm not sure that Craig would have done it, though. If they'd have said, don't give her 40 last week.
I feel I would like to believe they have a lot more integrity than that. And I do believe that. As I say, I'm not like a massive conspiracy theorist. But I just... the fact that he was like, oh, you didn't breathe enough, that is not enough of a reason to not give her a 10. And so she deserved it last week. The contemporary.
Oh, yeah.
And it was out of this world.
Yeah.
And I would have been... I really... But she did believe... Like, she did deserve the 40 this week. But because she didn't get it last week, I was like, well, obviously. And whereas if she got it last week and this week, I wouldn't have lessened my excitement for it this week.
No.
But the fact that she didn't get one last week on the stupidest of basis is that annoying. Like, it made me a bit like... But it was...
The routine was amazing.
Like, it was incredible.
Oh my God, when they jumped up and they pulled the...
Oh... And, like, in time with one another.
Oh, my God. She's brilliant. She is
really
such a good dancer. Like, that is not a level that I could reach.
No. And I really agree with you. I think that it is harder. Like, it's not just...
It's not as easy as everyone makes it out to be.
No, it's not at all.
And I think it's fun to have different levels.
And it is. And, you know, I can't be a proponent of Danny Mac if I'm going to be again. But my thing is that she's 3 weeks ahead of everyone else. And that seems... But she wholeheartedly deserves a place in the final. And Flo
she also... She seems lovely.
Yeah, she seems like a sweet angel, doesn't she?
Yeah.
Her and Pasha are actually really sweet together.
Yeah.
My question is, why does she call Pasha Pasha when her name is Ashley?
Oh, I don't know. Because it's the P-A-S.
Yeah.
That makes the R. So it'd be like pasta.
Oh.
Pasha.
Interesting. We need some phonetics experts. That sounds about right. I mean, phonetics expert here.
I'm not a phonetic expert. I just know...
Speech expert. Accent expert.
I don't... yeah. I think it's the A in the middle of the word becomes elongated.
That makes sense. But also, I do love that every single time they come on, I'm like, Pasha. I love the way she says it. I think they're really sweet together. They're a really good partnership. She without a doubt deserved 40.
Yeah.
It was amazing. But I think I was underwhelmed because she should have got it last week. And it annoyed me that she didn't.
I just wonder now if it's going to be 40, 40, 40, and they're going to throw out 40s everywhere.
I mean, they bloody threw out 39s last... Also, I felt really sorry for Charles. He finally gets to the top of the leaderboard. And then 40. Like, what else could he have done? He was 2 marks off.
Oh my God, come on.
Literally, bless his little
I'm
heart.
glad that he's doing better, though, because I think he deserves it.
Yeah, me too.
Because he is getting better.
Yeah, I agree. And I think he's making bigger strides. He's really trying harder. And he
is irrelevant in his ability to dance.
I feel like he's warming up as well, so my aginship is slowly lessening.
Yes.
I don't think I was ever again him because he was an actor from the Musketeers. If you go back to the launch shows, I was saying that I was excited to see him because...
I thought that was Danny John Jules. We'll edit this bit out.
No. That
he's from Casualty, isn't he?
Yeah, but he was in one episode of the Musketeers. One episode.
Oh, I thought that was Danny.
No, Danny
is from Red Dwarf.
Yeah. What else has he been in though? Death in Paradise?
Yeah, something like that. I get them confused.
Shame on you. So I thought I was always going to love Charles, and then I went off him for a bit because he didn't seem like he was embracing the joy of Strictly. I felt like he was trying too hard.
I felt like he had never watched it.
Yes! Thank you. You've put that really succinctly. That's exactly the feeling.
Exactly how
I was like,
felt.
You've just been told to do this, or like you're doing this for your career. It doesn't feel like that's exactly it.
He's not a fan of Strictly.
No.
Whereas I think most of the people at this point,
yes,
that come on Strictly are fans.
Yeah.
And really want to.
Yeah, and have been waiting for their time to shine completely, and it felt like
and then I felt like he also didn't really get it.
No, he was a bit like, I'm trying really hard though. Why am I not like?
Yeah, I'm trying really hard.
Why
guys.
Why are people voting?
Why
for me?
don't you like me?
Yeah,
and then I think they realised that
it's about having fun.
Yes,
and we want to see them have fun. If you're not having fun, we're not really going to warm to you.
Mm-hmm.
Which is like, bless Lauren and AJ. I think they are having more fun than we see, but.
Yes.
Sometimes.
See, that's my problem. They don't look like they're having fun. That's my problem with Lauren and AJ
a bit
as well.
stilted, aren't they? Bless them.
Oh,
how did Sharks help them?
I hate the bits. I hate it when they do bits in their VTs.
You're right. It's annoying.
I hate it. I want to see them training, but I hate it so much more when it's Lauren and AJ, just because. He just can't act to save his life. And
I've decided that we're going to swim with sharks. Like, it's... What? No, you haven't, AJ. Like, it's just so not... It's just
Lauren
so stupid.
Needs some help.
Yeah. Like, it's... Yeah. It's the
He's reading from a screen board thing.
It's like someone standing... Yeah. It's bizarre, isn't it? Yeah, so I think if we don't see them having fun, it's harder to get behind them.
But apparently not. Because
Lauren
and AJ, you've got everyone.
Because they're on demand.
Who is voting for Lauren?
If you're voting for Lauren, please tell us why, and we want to know more. I do really like Lauren. I don't really care for AJ, but like that's not against her.
I think
so. I'm not like she's not Dr. Range, but then I like Dr. Range as well. So please don't please don't hate us. Don't send us hate mail. But
Dr. Range was just a bit too smiley.
He was
a bit creepy.
I feel like he would tell me off if I met him in a club. That might not be true at all, but you know what I mean? Like, you'd be like, why are you coming up to me? Like, if I was coming up to be like, yes, I'm such a big fan, Dr. Range, he'd be like...
Who is a fan of Dr. Range? He's got the This Morning mums, clearly, and the CBeebies mums. Because he was on CBeebies and...
All I'm saying is that CBeebies need to up their game, hiring presenters if the mums have to look at Dr. Range and be in love. Like, where are the Matt Bakers? Where are the... Who are the other fit ones that used to be on all the children's TV presenting? Well, where are the Matt Bakers? Anyway, on that note, Matt Baker was a great Strictly alum. He did his Samba in Blackpool. It was very, very good.
I don't like Matt Baker.
Oh, okay, that ending.
I'll leave. Goodbye.
Well, she's not coming back next week, so...
I don't know why. Yeah, he was on, 2011. He was on a long time ago.
I love him.
I can't believe that Alicia Dixon was on 11 years ago.
I know. Like, early on, like... I can't...
2007.
I can't believe that either.
I can't believe she also did a year of judging. Whose decision was it?
It's so stupid, isn't it? Like, the more I think about it, the more I'm like... Why? Also, I miss Arlene.
Arlene was good, but I really like Darcy.
I know, I really like Darcy and I really like Shelley, so I wouldn't know where I'd put Arlene now. The only thing... A all-woman panel. Get rid of Craig.
What I want is to get rid of Bruno. Although, when Bruno... we're going to probably make a 3-hour-long podcast. I like it when Bruno calms down because he actually has some good advice.
He was lovely to Graham this week.
Yeah.
He was, when he said that you've really, really improved.
Yeah.
Because he was in the tabloids comparing Graham to Ed Balls, and Mum was like, I don't know if it's been misquoted. And I was furious. I was like, he's not Ed Balls. He can dance.
He can dance.
He
reminds me of Dad so much.
Oh, does he?
Yeah. I don't know what it is.
I love Graham.
I guess he just gives me dad vibes.
Mr. Sayers. He definitely has very strong dad energies.
I love it.
His dad energies are like... And they peak every time he mentions his children. It's amazing.
Yeah, see, that's not cringy.
It's not. And I just love them so much. Like, his children. No, but like him and, his family, you know what I mean? Like, they're so cute. And when I hate them treating like him as the joke act because he reminds me of, like, Darren Goff.
Yeah.
Like, and Darren Goff won. And, like, it sort of makes me miss Len because I'm like, Len would champion him.
Darren Goff would not win this year.
No, he wouldn't. And so I think, but, like, considering that Graham is a complete novice... You can't just call him because he's got dad energies, which Ed Balls also did have dad energies to his.
But Ed Balls
couldn't dance, whereas Graham can. So don't compare the two. They're not the same.
I want to get rid of Bruno and put Ian Waite in.
Oh yeah, I'd be up for that.
I like Ian Waite.
I love Ian Waite. His warm up is amazing.
Yeah, I really like it. I think it's really good, and he knows exactly what he's doing.
And Shirley would presumably not have to duck quite as much. Her personal space would not be.
But I also really like him and Zoe together.
Me too. That. Also, do you know what? I wasn't a fan of Zoe back in the day.
No.
Were you not?
Not really. She was on season 2, wasn't she?
3.
3.
Darren Goff series. I really wanted Darren to win, and Flo and Jess were obsessed with Zoe.
Oh my god!
And I did not care for Zoe.
With Zoe,
I hated her.
I've
never been more against someone like. And it was undeserved, I recognise that now.
Yeah. I didn't like when she started presenting It Takes Two.
I mean, she had a tough act to follow.
Yeah, she did.
I love her now.
Yeah, I really like her. She's calmed down. She was a bit hysterical to begin with. Wouldn't we all be?
Like, literally.
It Takes Two.
Oh God, Gorka's right in front of you, for goodness sake.
Gorka and Aliash, can you imagine?
I love my boys.
I know that this was mentioned a few weeks ago. I've come to the conclusion I can't dance with Aliash if I ever go on the show.
Why not?
The Meet the Parents would never be able to happen. I'd be like, sorry, Mum. It's not gonna be there.
Oh no, he would love it.
Oh yeah, he would. I'd be like, yeah, okay. Me and my dad would be stood in the corner. Like,
oh, that's so sweet. But yeah, I agree. I mean,
and then like Jeanette would go missing.
Wow. Okay, let's not let... I couldn't dance with Aliash because I couldn't look at him in the eye.
Yeah, well...
I know, I feel like me and Aliash...
I
feel like he would make me laugh and make it ease it up.
I don't think I would... I don't see Aliash as someone that I would fancy if I met him.
Interesting. Best friend.
Yeah.
I think I'd fancy him when I met him. But I think he would put me at ease. You know how, like... Where, you know, like, some people do that when, like... But then I think sometimes... I don't know. I feel like Gorka would put me less at ease at first. Mm-hmm. And I just fancy him a lot. So it'd be stressful. Yeah. So Gorka and Graziano would be really hard because, bless him, he is... Like, if we're saying Pasha's basic, and Pasha isn't basic, Graziano is a little basic baby.
Oh, he's so basic.
Oh, I love him so much. But he's a deeply uncomplicated man. And not in a good way.
He's just so basic. Like,
did you see him? Like, he can't, like, when they were doing the roller coaster bit at the top of the... He was literally like... Because he just didn't know what to do. I love him.
Oh, do you think he comes from like a little poor family in the...
I'm just a poor family. Perhaps. Oh, bless his little
Like,
heart.
just in the middle of Italy, and he has no idea what the outside world is, and he just dances because he wasn't very good at school, and that's the only thing.
I mean, he almost died as a child. That's why he's called Graziano. Oh, I love him. He is a night angel. Also, right, if we just do a quick thing and then a thank you, I think I want to shout out. Right, I want to shout out Johannes this week. He was in every single performance, I think.
Oh my god, yes!
He was incredible.
He's so good. I like him.
And
He's such a good dancer.
I saw he helped play up off the floor and everything.
Yeah.
Well, Giovanni was being like, "Thank you, God."
Didn't Stacey kick him in the face?
No, it was someone else.
Was it the other
literally,
one?
I can't believe that. Yeah,
So funny.
I mean,
Classic Stace.
I'm blessed in many ways. I'd love Stacey to kick me in the face. So yeah, amazing that he did that. But on that note, thank you for listening.
Thank you very much for having me.
Oh, thank you for coming. It's been a joy to have you. It's not a podcast if the Sayers aren't here.
Well, Peggy can come next week and have no idea what you're talking about.
The other sister.
The other sister. The non-Strictly sister.
Oh God, what sort of...
She was playing Sims while we watched Strictly. She's 24.
Terrible priorities, honestly. I mean, when is that? Why? Who needs Sims when there's Aliash?
Well, exactly. Maybe Mum will download Sims and make an Aliash.
That's your task. Your mission, should you choose to accept it, Mrs. Sayers. Right. Thank you for listening.
Bye.
Bye.